first tonight, a pivotal decision on the future of expanded masking rules here in the Med City.
In just hours, members of the Rochester City Council will gather for an emergency meeting and to vote on the new mask mandate enacted by Mayor Kim Norton this week. KIMT News 3's Anthony Monzon joining us in the studio with a look ahead to tomorrow's vote.
Well, Katie and George, the declaration of local emergency, as it's called, issued by Mayor Norton Tuesday, requires masking in nearly all indoor settings citywide, at least until Friday morning. But whether it extends beyond that is now up to the Rochester City Council, whose members will vote on whether to end, extend, or amend the mayor's declaration.
There's some real subtle problems here to work through.
Councilmember Mark Bransford articulating the dynamic decision ahead for the Rochester City Council on face coverings. Discussing the mayor's impending mask order Monday night, most council members leaving City Hall with reservations and more questions to be answered.
All I'm trying to argue for here is that we measure the response against the data that's available and against some of the expert testimony we've had.
I don't know who's expected to come into a bar or restaurant or grocery store that might have a condition that I don't know what it is.
Where are those places, and where do we have any sort of real authority to make sure that we are successful instead of just requiring something that people are going to resent the city and not follow anyway.
Acknowledging the many factors being considered by her colleagues, the decision is much more straightforward for Councilmember Molly Dennis.
It's a simple tool to keep people safe, and mandating it makes it easier for businesses to say we are following the rules, we're keeping people safe, and it's I believe it's the right thing to do. I believe that we need to protect the vulnerable, protect children, protect everyone, because the only fact that we know is that there's no long-term health studies, and we don't know what COVID will look like in the future.
As for Mayor Norton,
I'm perfectly happy with a mask requirement for everyone. I listened to what you all said, which was no, that's too much, protect the children. That's what I'm trying to do. If you guys have other suggestions, I am more than happy to have that amended.
It's a unique process in the law.
Interim City Attorney Michael Spindler-Craig has been fielding questions from the council over the past few days.
There's a variety of opinions out there, but council members and the mayor are really just trying to do their best to come into this discussion tomorrow as educated as they can possibly be.
Further complicating the council's ability to find consensus, the city's open meeting laws preventing members from discussing what to do behind closed doors.
It may be that some of that discussion and problem solving and searching for common ground just has to occur tomorrow. And if they're able to reach a point where there's some way to extend the emergency declaration or amend it, we may be doing that directly in the meeting on the fly.
It'll certainly be a meeting for us reporters to bring our pads and paper and pens to. Now, another open question, regardless of any decision made tomorrow, is how the city will enforce future mask requirements. Interim City Attorney Spindler-Craig makes it clear the city isn't looking for confrontation, but non-compliant businesses could have their permits reviewed. Katie, George?
All right, thank you, Anthony. Now, the council's emergency meeting is set to start tomorrow afternoon at 3:30, and KIMT News 3 will obviously be at City Hall live, bringing you all the latest information as it unfolds.